कृष्णपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. Today we will be discussing on the topic the three gifts of nature. In the last session we had touched the topic in brief about the three gifts of nature. So today we will be discussing in detail what are those three gifts of nature and how are they useful to us, and how by removing them from society we are at a loss. So we know that for devotees the highest independence is to get out from the clutches of Maya and from the clutches of the material world. So the different people, so this is mukti. So different people define mukti or liberation in different ways. So for us in this movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, mukti means to return to original consciousness, original devotional consciousness. So we can refer to a verse SB Srimad Bhagavatam 2.10.6 which says the last two lines are muktir hitvanyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. So the merging, that whole translation is the merging of the living entity along with his conditional living tendency with the mystic lying down of the Mahavishnu is called the winding up of the cosmic manifestation. Liberation is the permanent situation of the form of the living entity after he gives up the changeable gross and subtle material bodies. So muktir hitvanyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti, to get to the swarupa, and the swarupa is jivera swarupa hai krishnera nityadas. So we know that in connection with this, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he has stated that this world is not a place for a gentleman, and he gives an example that this world that is there, it is like a bathroom, and in the bathroom a person doesn't stay for the rest of the life, and he just stays only for as long as he finishes his work in the bathroom. After that he comes out, so he does not settle in the bathroom. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that do your work in the bathroom and come out fast, don't settle inside the bathroom. So this world is like a bathroom where we should get liberated and we should come out of this world. So we should try to get out fast, as he says. So if we know the four problems of life, we can easily find the solution by practicing bhakti. So the four problems of life are janma mrityu jara vyadi, that is birth, death, disease, old age. So if we know that these are the four problems of life, then we can easily find the solution. So the intelligent person, he thinks ki, oh, there is only birth, death, disease, old age. So birth happens, then disease, then old age, and the death. So like what are we gaining in this world? So like just coming, making some money, eating, sleeping, and then finally leaving this world. So the thing is that this intelligent person, he tries to find out a way by which he can come out of this problem in the material world. And this way, with the intelligent person, when he comes searching, out of so many intelligent people like this, hardly few will be fortunate to come to this process of pure devotional service. So that's why the Supreme Lord says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatasi siddhaye yadatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatvatah. So only very few people can understand and know me. So we can check another verse, which is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.10. Here it is said, कामस्य निन्द्रिय प्रीतिर लाभो जीवित यावता जीवस्य तत्व जिज्ञासा नार्थो यश्चेह कर्मभिः, where the translation is that life's desire should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation, since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth. Nothing else should be the goal of one's works. So the intelligent person, as he is searching for a solution for these four problems of life, so he searches and searches, and finally he comes to this process of pure devotional service. So then he realizes that yes, the human life is meant for inquiring about the absolute truth and nothing else. So he understands that yes, one should desire only a healthy life for self-preservation, as it is mentioned in this verse. So nothing else should be the goal of one's works. One should just try to understand the absolute truth. Now, moving forward, this is the background to the topic that we are discussing about. So this is the topic by which, knowing and following which, we can get out of this conditioned life. So the topic is three gifts of nature, and we know that when Bhishma Dev was pierced by the arrows of Arjuna and made to sleep on a bed of arrows on the ground, his body never touched the earth. His body went through the arrows. The arrows went through his body, and the arrows were touching the earth, and he was in between the arrows. So in this condition, when Yudhishthir Maharaj, he finally manages to overcome all his enemies by the mercy of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and he wins the battle of Kurukshetra. He comes to Bhishma Dev. Krishna takes him to Bhishma Dev for understanding of how an ideal king should be. So after the war, before the war, Arjuna was lamenting, oh no, I will lose all my relatives, I will lose all my contacts and friends, and everything I will lose. And after the war, we see that Yudhishthir Maharaj is lamenting. So Yudhishthir Maharaj is lamenting for all the people who died in the war, and he considers that he himself is responsible. So many people try to convince him. Narada Muni tries, Vyasadev tries, even Sri Krishna himself tries, but Yudhishthir Maharaj still is not able to get convinced, and that's why Krishna takes him to Bhishma Dev. So it's not that Krishna cannot do it, or Narada or Vyasadev, they cannot do it, but it is just that they wanted to give the credit and glory to Bhishma Dev. So he takes him to Bhishma Dev, and Bhishma Dev, he describes these three gifts of nature that help us to purify our consciousness and helps us to do pure devotional service. So we see that these three gifts are very simple to hear, but the vast majority of people in this world don't know about it. So even among the devotees, many people may know only one of them partially. So we have to tax our brain now. So we have to tax our brain to make it understand more this essential topic, because this is not that easy to understand. We may listen to this topic and we may even understand that, oh, these three are the gifts of nature, but one will not be able to understand the spiritual connection unless one has pure devotional service and one purely hears this topic again and again and gets the good fortune of understanding this topic. So like one common factor between these three is that they are like mothers for all of us. These three gifts are like nature's gifts or mothers for all of us, without which we cannot develop properly. So we cannot develop properly without our mother. Similarly, we cannot develop properly without these three gifts of nature as well. So a gift, we see that it is something that is precious, or it is meant to be valued and protected. In this Vedic culture, we know that it is very simple to understand that one cannot be successful without these three gifts of nature. Because these three gifts of nature are so important that even Bhishma Dev has stressed the importance of these three gifts. So as we have already explained, the description about these three gifts comes in the conversation between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Bhishma Dev after the war, while Bhishma Dev was put on a bed of arrows. So we see that this topic or this talk, it did not go for a duration like a small duration like 5-10 minutes. It went on for hours and hours, it went on for days, and it went on for hours every single day. So Bhishma tells Yudhishthir Maharaj that he must rule ideally based on these three gifts of nature. So we are continuously speaking about three gifts. So what are those three gifts? One may think that once we meditate upon, hear and understand, then only knowing this will make a difference in our life. So as we said earlier, we may hear it, we may consider it to be simple, but only when we meditate upon, when we hear and understand, then and only then knowing this will make a difference in our life. So the first in order is mother cow. The thing is that there are many verses in the scriptures which say that cows are necessary to be kept. The cows are like mothers for all of us, and they are the beginning of all auspiciousness. People who live with cows, or they at least have one cow, they have auspiciousness in their lives. But nowadays the thing is that we have forgotten about this most auspicious gift, which is the cow. So this is the first gift in order is mother cow, and cows are the ones providing for the sustenance of all living entities. Cows are central in Vedic culture because the Lord has naturally made them in the mode of goodness. So we know that the cows are in Sattva Guna. As we have discussed in the previous session, importance of Varnashrama Dharma. Cows farm and temple, or the knowledge. Cows, farm and knowledge are important because these are in Sattva Guna, and Brahmanas are also in Sattva Guna. That's why it is said Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. So every part of the body of the cow is pure. It is the only animal or the living being whose urine and dung are pure and used in puja. So you can imagine the urine, the cow urine and the cow dung, that is also pure, and it is this cow dung cake is used as a fuel also, or to produce energy, and it is this is so pure that it is used in puja. It is used in purifying the houses. This is how cows are. In India, houses are cleaned inside and outside with the cow dung. So cow dung and urine, they are antiseptic, they are anti-radioactive, and they have medicinal properties. This is how useful cow is to us. So we can see the example of the Bhopal gas tragedy, that in the Bhopal gas tragedy, all the houses had been blown up because of the gas, methyl isocyanate. But nothing happened to any of the houses. Nothing happened to one house. All the houses were blown, but only one house, nothing happened. So the people of this house, the people who were living in this house, they came from a village where they had habit of putting cow dung in and out of the house. So they applied this process here as well, and they were saved from death. So the people of the village, of the city, when they came and asked these people why your houses are not blown, the people said that, oh, when we were in the village, we had this habit of using cow dung. That's why our house was protected. And they were protected from death. So, also a cow dung chip. These are all the scientific uses of cow. The thing is that we have neglected this cow, and we are even killing and eating cows, killing cows in the slaughterhouses, which cows are like mothers, and already we have listed so many uses of the cow, and we will list more in due course of time in this session. So a cow dung chip, which when put between the phone and its cover, reduces the radioactivity of the phone, which nowadays people are using in so much. So to reduce the radioactivity of the phone, a cow dung chip can be put in between the phone and the cover of the phone. The Lord has created cows in such a way that every product coming from the cows is pure. Even the most elevated personalities do not have this quality. So even in the presence of the cow, one can be relieved. Cows are in Sattva Guna so much so that cow cuddling is done by the people in the Western world, where they hug the cow. They spend about $100 for 1 hour to hug a cow. They spend hundreds of dollars 1 hour to hug a cow, and this $100, it can be a whole month's salary for a person, and these people are ready to spend it to be with a cow for 1 hour. And such medicines are there. This is the medicine nowadays given by some doctors for people who have so much stress, who have so much anxiety, who are in Tamoguna, who are in Rajoguna, that they can come and be with the cow. In the presence of the cow, one gets spiritually elevated, one gets spiritually transformed. And there are some people who, after being with a cow, they transformed so much that they resolved to be vegetarian on the spot. On the spot, they resolved to be a vegetarian. This is how pure cow is. This is how excellent the Lord has created them. The way the Lord has created them, He stays with them, shows that just by staying with cows, one can be transformed in Sattva Guna. So even Krishna and Balram, they stay with the cows for the full day. And every single cow has a name. The Lord chants malas. The cows are so dear to the Lord that the Lord chants malas or japa, reciting the names of the cow to call them. Every bead, He calls the name of a cow and the cow comes. So Gurukul education is hardly for 1% of people nowadays, because it is for Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. So the number of Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are reducing drastically in the world now. So Gurukul education is only for 1% of people. But for other Varnas, the system of education is connected to cows, especially Vaishyas, Shudras and Kshatriyas also in some to some extent. So this lifestyle that the Lord demonstrated, it is to be followed by us. We should understand that the Lord came in this world to teach us. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha tatta deve tarojanaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha. What the great people will do, the common men will follow. So another verse which we can refer to in this connection is Srimad Bhagavatam 10.11.37. There is the purport plus the verse, the translation, everything one can read. We have already read this in our previous sessions as well. So we must worship and respect cows. We see that we have spent so much time discussing about cows, and this is just a small thing about cows. So many other scientific uses, scientific things are there. We can leave aside spiritual things. Even scientists and even doctors have also said ki yes, cows are pure in quality. So in modes, they are in the sense that they are in the mode of goodness. So that is why being with them one can become spiritually elevated. So even the material scientists are also saying. So this is why the scriptures are perfect, they are accurate, they are correct, and one should never try to change these scriptures, alter them for their personal motive. So this is why these scriptures are so elevated, and they say that cows are to be worshipped and respected. So in following this, we must worship and respect cows. There are so many advantages of cows, not just spiritually, even materially also. The scientists have given so many advantages. Why can't we accept and protect cows? Krishi goraksha vanijyam vaishya karma svabhavajam. So we must worship cows, we must respect cows. All the things that are coming from the cow, especially the ghee, is needed for the Ayurvedic doctor and the Brahmanas. The Ayurvedic doctor need ghee to make medicines, and the Brahmanas need ghee for yajnas. So we see that if the ghee was not there, if the cow was not there, the Brahmanas and the Ayurvedic doctors and other people who need ghee, they would not be able to do their work. So they cannot do their work without cows. And all the materials for prana pratishtha of the deity in the temple, prana pratishtha means the inauguration of the deity in a temple, it comes from the cow. All these materials are obtained from cow. So how pure cow is, one can imagine, one can simply imagine, and one can simply imagine the degradation of today, how people are ready to remove cows from society. This is the reason why a lot of degradation has happened in this world. So because people have deviated from this culture of pure spiritual Vedic culture, they think that they can accomplish more by their science and by their inventions. They think that they are better than the Supreme Lord who has made this system. That's why they are degrading. People are degrading in this world because they think that they are better than the Supreme Lord who has made this system. So we can also see that we can refer to Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila 11.31, which says Aradhananam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. So this is a conversation between Parvati and Shiva, that there are so many great personalities whom to follow. So here it is Lord Shiva tells the goddess Durga or Parvati that my dear Devi, although the Vedas recommend the worship of the demigods, the worship of the Lord Vishnu is topmost. However, above the worship of the Lord Vishnu is the rendering of service to the Vaishnavas who are related to Lord Vishnu. So Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. So these cows, they are rendering service to the Lord in the pure spiritual world. That's why these cows must be worshipped, respected. So now this is why cows must be respected and worshipped in this world. Now let us see the second gift of nature, which is Mother Earth, which is land. So we think that we are more intelligent than the Lord, and we removed cows and plows from land. this I had mentioned earlier as well. So this is why we got machinery in, we got tractors, we got pesticides, insecticides, weedicides, chemicals, all this, and that is why 70% of the topsoil in this world is destroyed, and the earth is not able to produce food as much as it used to produce before. Like we see with references from the Vedic scripture that kings, ideal kings who ruled properly, they could produce so many variety of things from the earth. And the earth's output used to be so much at that time, because the king is in the path of dharma and he is performing all the rituals, all the and all the necessary requirements, so that the people so that the everything can go nicely in this world. That's why the output of the earth used to be so much, but then now the earth is not able to produce, and the food production is going down critically. We are relying heavily on chemicals, on things like that to produce food. So the Lord and his creation and his rules are complete and pure. It is only we who break these stringent laws, and then we land ourselves into trouble. There is immediate and harmful reaction when we do this. So the first two gifts of nature are interconnected, and we have broken our connection with these, and that is the reason why the world finds itself in a bad, precarious position now. So thus this connection must be re-established. That's why Varnashram is so important. This connection between land, earth, agriculture, this beautiful relationship between man and earth, cow and earth, must be revived again. Then only things can go on nicely in this world. The third gift, now moving forward to the third gift, is Saraswati, or the goddess of knowledge. So there are Shruti and Smriti Shastras which help in material and spiritual understanding respectively. So this is Saraswati, or the goddess of knowledge. So if we want to associate with these gifts, we have to get into village life. This is the first thing. And the second thing is His Holiness, and the other thing is that cows, land and knowledge are never to be sold. So this philosophy about this can never be understood unless we perfectly chant the holy name and we associate with the devotees of the Lord. So this connection of Varnashram, or the village life, where all the ideal Varnashram life of the previous ages, where the four Varnas and the four ashramas used to combine and go smoothly, with everybody playing their roles and nobody being unemployed. This is the beautiful relationship between man, cows, earth, knowledge, etc., and this must be utilized. So in connection with this, whenever the topic about Varnashram, whenever the topic about reviving this connection comes, we have His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj, whose name comes up first in the list, who is working tirelessly to spread this knowledge about Varnashram. So we have books such as Speaking About Varnashram is the name of one book, and Make Vrindavan Villages is the theme which His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj is trying to revive in this world. So this is why this connection must be established, so that we all can make use of this. So we can understand about the three gifts of nature only when we chant the holy name. So we know, we can refer to Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 7.11, Kali Kalera Dharma Krishna Naam Sankirtan. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tara Pravartan. The fundamental religious system of the age of Kali is chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Unless one is empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtana movement. So that's why one must chant the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Then only one can understand and make use of these three gifts of nature. One can understand this intricate philosophy. So a question can be asked that if cows are so pure, why are they killed? So we see that cows are being slaughtered everywhere. Why are they being killed? So this is because of karma. We can't understand the laws of karma because we are already very insignificant jivas in this material world. The majority of cows are killed because of past activities. They killed cows in their past life, and that is the reason why they themselves are being killed today. Any violence or any violence that is coming is mostly due to past karma. So Prabhupada has written in his book Light of Bhagavata, where he says that cows still they must be protected because they have all good qualities, and so that's why we see that ISKCON is not only a religious congregation. Prabhupada always used to say, please do not take this ISKCON as a sectarian movement anytime. It's a cultural movement, it's a social movement as well. We see that 50% of Prabhupada's mission is remaining, as he said, Srila Prabhupada said, that which is to establish Varnashram. So this movement is a pure movement which is trying to revive the connection between the Supreme Lord and the modern common man of this world, who has lost the knowledge ki yes, I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So this movement is an attempt to try to revive that connection between the Supreme Lord and the Jiva, and this is why in this material world Swadharma and Parodharma. Swadharma has two dharmas, one is the Parodharma and other is the material Swadharma. So according to the material Swadharma, Varnashrama must be established. So cows must be protected. Krishi Goraksha Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Svabhavajam. So this is about Varnashrama Dharma, where all the Varnas and Ashramas, they cooperate together so that they can make this Vrindavan villages, and they can cooperate nicely and try to follow in the footsteps of the residents of Vraja, who are like Vrindavan villages. Vrindavan villages is an ideal. Vrindavan is the ideal life. Vrindavan life is the ideal life which everyone is supposed to follow, and that's the reason why the theme is make Vrindavan villages. Try to follow in the footsteps of the residents of Vraja, who were following Varnashram Dharma, taking care of cows, protecting cows, and that's why they had knowledge of they were able to get the association of the Supreme Lord. So this is the end of my humble attempt to explain the three gifts of nature. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Dandavata Pranams.